I just gave Claude Code control of a working application containing tens and thousands of customer records and one rule: don't break anything. It has to understand the existing system, redesign the data underneath, and move every customer, update the application, and prove that nothing was lost. Essentially, my Claude Code workflow will get two upgrades. Firstly, it is the MongoDB agent skills, which gives it MongoDB-specific engineering guidance, as well as the MongoDB MCP server, which gives it controlled access to inspect and operate on the deployment. Think of skills as the playbook and MCP as the eyes and hands. And with this, Claude coordinates the workflow, but I still approve the consequential steps. Imagine you're on the platform team for a large e-commerce marketplace. As the product evolves, customer data gets split across collections, imports create inconsistencies with names and emails, and old business rules leave behind unsupported statuses. Northstar recreates that situation with synthetic data. Claude must migrate the customer model, resolve all of the issues that preserve with each customer, and keep the application working. And that's what we're going to be showcasing throughout today's video. Now, the application works, but its original customer's model no longer matches how the product is being used. A customer profile always needs identity, address, communication preferences, and an order summary together. Now, the legacy version spreads that bounded profile data across three customer collections, while the application also has to consult orders. But now we need a cleaner customer 360 experience. The migration also has 24 deliberately seeded legacy edge cases with irregular namespacing, uppercase email addresses, and an old VIP status that the new model doesn't recognize. Claude passes only if source and target records match, every document satisfies our rules, and the application still works. So today, I'm going to give Claude Code control of a production-like application from the database schema all the way down to the application code and telling it to migrate everything without breaking the app. And this is something that we're going to be doing powered by MongoDB's agent skills as well as MCP server. And a huge thanks to MongoDB for sponsoring today's video, which is making this possible. Now, to get started, you must first install this plugin, and you can do this directly by using the /plugin command directly within Claude Code, or you can just simply use the npx skill command and then add MongoDB agent skills. And then this will actually install the MongoDB agent skill directly onto your computer. You can also go ahead and add in the MongoDB MCP server. They have a couple of guides as to how you can do it. You can just simply head over to the config file of your MCP and then paste in the MongoDB connection string. Now, one quick thing to note is that this walkthrough uses the local MCP server for a repeatable, isolated environment. MongoDB has since released the Atlas managed MCP server, and that is a remote and fully hosted option that connects coding agents to Atlas without requiring teams to install or operate the servers themselves. And I've actually linked the announcement below. Now, before we get started, what I'm going to be doing is confirming if Claude can see the official MongoDB skills and MCP that can reach only our isolated demo. But now we're going to confirm that if the MongoDB MCP connection is actually valid, and you can see that it is connected as well as the agent skills. And at this specific point, the MCP server is deliberately running in read-only mode. Claude can inspect schemas, indexes, counts, and documents, but the right tools are not even registered yet. But now I'm going to go ahead and ask Claude to use the schema design skill and analyze both halves of the problem. What is actually stored in MongoDB and how the application actually reads it. The second part matters. A database agent cannot actually choose the best model from the collection names alone. MongoDB schemas should reflect real access patterns, and this is something that will be able to be done through the MCP. Claude can find tens and thousands of records of all of my customers. This is where 10,000 address documents, 10,000 preference documents, and just under 50,000 orders. It also seems that the addresses and preferences are always loaded with the customers, while order history can grow indefinitely. But the important recommendation that we will be seeing is that not everything is put into one giant document. Claude is going to be recommending embeddings, the bounded information we always tend to read together, as well as keeping a full order history reference. It also detects the inconsistency legacy fields as well as the indexes that the new access patterns will require. If you want the best AI tools, workflows, and drops before everyone else, join my free newsletter with the link in the description below, which is completely free. But before running and enabling a single write, I want a migration plan that I can review, which is what I'm going to be doing now within Claude Code. I wanted to create this migration plan, a proposed version 2 document that keeps the original ID, adds explicit schema versions, as well as separating the customer's name and contact information into clear objects. This is where it embeds the address and preferences and stores a computed order summary. The original order remains in their own collection. Now, the plan also will be able to define the rules, and it is something that we'll use to create the results, like the identical IDs, the counts, no duplicate customer numbers, allowed statuses only, as well as normalized emails and all 24 warning reserved, reconciled order tools, as well as expected indexes. There we go. We have the plan. But more importantly, the old collections are not going to be actually changed, never going to be changed. And cut over is an application change. So the rollback simply is going to point the app back to the legacy mode. And this is something that you can see with the detailed plan that it has created. The plan looks reasonable, so I'm going to move through a visible safety gate. This is still not production data. I'm enabling writes only against the isolated demo, while the MCP deletes categories and the Atlas administration tool remains disabled. And if this were a real online migration, I would also need backups, dual writes, or change data capture, as well as a rolling cutover and operational monitoring. So I've simply went ahead and pasted in this command, and this is going to enable the create and slash update operation feature only inside the isolated demo while disabling the MCP delete category and Atlas administration tools. I went from the command prompt to the PowerShell, so sorry about that. But now Claude has control of the write axis, but the instruction still requires it to explain the exact operation. And as it should wait for my approval. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and send in this prompt that can help me with that. Rather than reading tens and thousands of documents into the model and rewriting them one by one, this is where I'm going to have Claude build a server-side aggregation, and MongoDB performs the joins and transformations inside the deployment, and then it's going to merge writes as well as the results into the new customer version 2 collection, which is something that I'm just doing directly based off my prompts. This distinction is going to be important because the language model is planning and orchestrating the operation, and then MongoDB is doing the bulk data work. So the target is the new customer version 2 collection. The expected count is 10,000, which you see over here, and no legacy collection will be modified. So I'm going to go ahead and actually approve this specific operation. Now, this new collection now contains 10,000 documents, but the matching counts do not prove that the migration is correct just yet. So we're not calling this a success. Now, what we're going to do is actually use the MCP server from MongoDB. And here, what we're going to do is have it so that it will display what the clean demo usually hides. And that is where the MongoDB MCP is going to help us uncover that. The 24 source records that we had previously talked about is something that uses uppercase email addresses. It is something that has inconsistent white spaces and a status called VIP customer. So silently dropping them would make the target look clean while losing the real information. And if you read this right here, all other data of these customers now are still unchanged and same as the non-edge case documents. And this is thanks to the MCP server being powered by the Claude Code session. But now that the database migration has been completed, that's only half the job. The application still speaks the legacy model from the previous version. So I'm going to ask Claude now to refactor the customer repository without changing the dashboard's API contract. Now, the meaningful change is small. Instead of just combining customers, addresses, preferences, and the order data at a request time, it is now going to read the version 2 customer document and return the same response shape. And now if I am to refresh this application, you will see that it is now on the schema version 2. The app is running against the modern version 2, and it still shows 10,000 customers though. But the bounded customer profile is now stored as one coherent document model. And the 24 warnings that were marked are reviewed rather than actually being erased. But now I'm going to go ahead and validate this migration independently. We're going to compare sources and target counts, search for missing IDs, and just to essentially see if Claude actually passed. And here I can see that there is a pass across all of these different invariants. 10,000 source customers, 10,000 target customers, 0 missing IDs, 0 duplicate customer numbers, and every warning preserved, as well as the application that is functioning right now. Finally, what I'm going to do is actually use the measured optimization evidence. And this is where I'm going to send in this prompt that will use the official Mongo query optimizer agent skill, as well as the MongoDB MCP. And this is going to help us use this skill to check a real lookup against the new contact email index. This explains the output confirmation that the index is being used. And then I'm going to show the evidence rather than inventing a dramatic speed multiplier, as well as the things that the demo didn't measure. If you like this video and would love to support the channel, you can consider donating to my channel through the super thanks option below. Or you can consider joining our private Discord, where you can access multiple subscriptions to different AI tools for free on a monthly basis, plus daily AI news and exclusive content, plus a lot more. And we can see that no new index needed, and on performance improvement, it's not claiming that it's faster than the legacy path and then explaining why so. So I simply didn't just give Claude Code unrestricted control, and that is exactly why this workflow worked. Claude was able to handle the investigation of our previous database. MongoDB was aware of the design, migration pipeline, code refactor, and validation, but the source stayed immutable. Access changed in multiple stages, as you saw when I was working with Claude Code. And then it wrote the required approval, and then the final results were checked independently. This is the capability of MongoDB's MCP server, as well as agent skills that we gave to Claude. And that is something that specialized the playbook for making better schema and query decisions. MongoDB MCP connected the reasoning to the real deployment so the workflows could work and move. And it is something that can do this from the device so the workflows could move from advice to controllable actions. So if you want to experience the MongoDB agent skills and MCP server, I'll place the official links in the description below. And remember that the agents give the context and tools they need, but keep the approval and verification steps yours. And I highly recommend that you go ahead and give them a star on GitHub, because they have done a great job in creating this skill and MCP server so that it is going to make your life so much easier when you're working with AI agents that are dealing with your database. So with that thought, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to MongoDB once again for sponsoring today's video. But with that thought, guys, I'll leave all these links in the description, like our vibe coding platform. Make sure you subscribe to the second channel, join the newsletter, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos so that you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.